Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to a sports stuff video. Today we'll be talking about the hype is real for these NFL teams. We're a quarter way through the NFL season, so I feel like we've seen 4 games of just like teams that I was not expecting to really be as this good, or teams that are performing over the expectations that I actually had for them. So there's a couple teams on here you guys are gonna be like, whoa. We knew this team was going to be good, but watching the games, I feel like they're even better than I expected. And there's a lot of teams I thought would bottom out. They're actually playing really well. So, starting off, that's with probably the best team in this list, the Miami Dolphins. This offense is completely different than I thought it would ever be. Tua is playing amazing when he's healthy. When all of his receivers are healthy, he's playing amazing as well. Tyreek Hill's on pace for, I believe he's number 2 or 3 in the NFL in receiving yards. But whenever he plays well, he's 150 yards easy. Even when he has bad games, he's over 50 yards still. Jalen Waddle, he's been hurt a lot this year, so he's not getting a whole lot of run. But Raheem Mostert and Devin Achane on offense have played amazing. This offensive line is surprisingly better than I thought they'd be, but this run game has been something special. These guys everyone in this team is fast. Everyone on offense is fast. They're versatile, they're athletic, they are crazy fast, and it opens up the offense so much for Tua Tagovailoa. And I think that there's not a cap on how good this offense can be. And the defense is playing surprisingly well. Obviously the Dolphins aren't undefeated. And a lot of that has come from their offense being shut down by, as all speedy offenses do, by 2 safety looks, by, a deep safety, doubling your number 1 corner, a wide receiver, and kind of like having a lot of linebackers play off coverage. It's been a lot. A lot of teams have like somewhat figured out how to stop the Dolphins, but not many have. I mean, they dropped 70 this year, guys. They dropped 70 in week 3. Come on, like. They know what they're doing. But this defense definitely has some issues. The secondary, they traded for Jalen Ramsey. He immediately got injured in training camp. But even outside the corners, like, this linebacker core is getting toasted. Their defensive line is not getting a whole lot of pressure. Against the Bills, Andrew Van Ginkel, who's probably their best player on defense this year so far, had 2 sacks. No one picked off Josh Allen. Not a lot of pressure is happening. Christian Wilkins is definitely having a down season. Bradley Chubb is just there. Their secondary is just mediocre this year. I'm surprised with Javon Holland, Xavier Howard, Kador Kahu, Brandon Jones. Like, they have a lot of good secondary members. I just feel like none of them are doing anything. It feels like that. And maybe when Jalen Ramsey comes back, they'll change. But I am going to buy stock and say the hype is real for the Miami Dolphins, because when they're playing good, they're one of the best teams in the NFL. They're easily an AFC championship contender when their offense is clicking, when their defense is playing well. This is one of the best teams in the NFL. Now, hopefully down the stretch, this continues and they start putting it together every week in and week out. But right now, like, it will be 1 week the offense plays well, the next week the defense. 1 week they'll both play well and drop 70. And then they just both put up stinkers against the Bills. So I am a little wary. I think the hype is real for Miami Dolphins. When they're clicking on all cylinders, they're one of, if not the best team in the NFL. Next, probably the second best team is the Baltimore Ravens. As a Browns fan, watching the progression of Lamar Jackson has been amazing. This dude could not throw the ball at all his rookie year. Wins MVP his second year, has a down third year, and since then has not looked back. This dude is the prime candidate for best dual threat quarterback of all time. I'm officially ready to give him that title. Mike Vick, yes, he had a better arm, but Lamar wins. Just straight up, Lamar wins. Like, Michael Vick was good. Lamar Jackson is all-time great. A great dual threat quarterback. It might take another 5-10 years after Lamar retires for someone to even touch his stats. This is a dude who has multiple perfect games while also being the leading quarterback rusher since being drafted, and has had multiple perfect games. Not many quarterbacks can say that. And those are quarterbacks who are pocket passers. This guy's a dual threat. So he adds an extra element. He rushes for 100 yards every other week. He adds in a rushing touchdown or 2 every other week. It opens the offense up so much more. If this guy can get wide receivers who stay healthy, that offense is unachievable. There's nothing you can't do with that offense if you can get a bona fide number 1 wide receiver who can stay healthy. And Zay Flowers is showing flashes of being the number 1 receiver, and he's healthy. And Zay Flowers, I really hope he can develop as much as I think he can. Obviously he's gonna suck when the Browns play him, but I mean, Zay Flowers coming out of TCU, dude. Not TCU. Oh my gosh, where did Zay Flowers come out of? Boston College. No, I didn't even finish. I typed in Zay Fla. All right, Boston College. He came out of Boston College. You know, I knew he was gonna be good. I knew he was gonna be good. And I'm happy that he went to a divisional rival, so I can watch this dude develop. Like, I'm very excited to see him develop in the NFL, become that number one receiver for Lamar Jackson, be that shifty guy that they've always wanted from Marquise Brown, from Rashad Bateman, from Devin Duvernay, like all these guys, Odell even. They want that shifty number one receiver who can get separation and make plays after the catch. That's Zay Flowers. And Lamar Jackson has been amazing. This defense, I don't think they're one of the best defenses in the league, but they're definitely competent enough to win playoff games. I don't know if they're a Super Bowl caliber defense, but again, all you gotta do is let Lamar cook, and you're good. And again, a lot of people were down on the Ravens this year, you know? Like in the offseason, not predicting them to win the division. The Cincinnati Bengals are falling off completely. This division is theirs to lose at this point. They're 3-1. They've beaten everyone they've beaten the Browns in Cleveland and Cincinnati in Cincinnati. They haven't played Pittsburgh yet. We'll see what happens with that. But so far, they're winning the division. And it's not even close. Like, no other team in this division has played well against them. So I'll be really interested to see what the Ravens can do following the rest of this year. Maybe when Odell gets healthy, when Rashad Bateman's healthier as well, they can get even better. They just keep losing guys to injury. This is what it is every single year. Whether it's their training staff, their nutrition staff, someone's got to figure out what's going on, because it's every year the Ravens and the Titans deal with injury, and the Ravens yet again get hit with another injury bug. So hopefully the Ravens can get healthy, because listen, I'm a football fan before I'm a Browns fan. All right, I love good football, and watching the Ravens is good football. The hype is real with them. Next up, another team. Another team people had a lot of high hopes on is the Detroit Lions, and they're on my hype list. They're absolutely on my hype list. The Detroit Lions, man, they win convincingly. That's what they do. They win convincingly. They're 3-2, and in that 3-2 record, they beat the Green Bay Packers in Green Bay. Where's the other game? I'm looking at their record, their games right now. They lost. They beat the Falcons pretty heavy-handedly. They lost to the Seahawks in overtime. Okay, they got them to overtime, and then they stunner in week 1, game 1 of the NFL year, beat the Kansas City Chiefs. They've won every game that was important. Obviously, losing to Seattle sucks. It does. Losing to a conference opponent sucks. You'd rather lose to an AFC opponent than an NFC opponent, but I don't think the Falcons will be making the playoffs anyway, so I don't think it's going to matter for seeding. But again, the Lions hype is real. Jared Goff is playing amazingly. This offensive line is really good. David Montgomery looks like an amazing signing. Hopefully, Jahmyr Gibbs can be used more often. Sam Laporta looks like a steal of the draft. Defense is playing amazingly, even though they lost C.J. Gardner-Johnson for the season. Brad Holmes has done an amazing job, and Dan Campbell's doing an even better job coaching. But Brad Holmes has drafted amazingly in the last 3 years, and now Dan Campbell's finally putting all the pieces together. They look like they're going to win the division. The Detroit Lions are going to win the NFC North. That is probably going to happen at the end of this year. The Vikings aren't looking good. The Packers are up and down. And what's the other team in that division? The Bears. The Bears. Bears look bad as well. But again, if the Lions can keep this up, if they're 12-4, 13-4 at the end of the year, because they're 3-1 a quarter of the way through, this offense and defense are playing amazing. I can't wait to see what the Lions are going to look like halfway through the season. Because I'm going to try and do every 4 weeks, do a video saying, hey, like, the hype is real for these teams. I'm going to make another video later this week on these teams are in trouble. And it's, again, every 4 weeks, I'm going to be doing this type of video saying, hey, this team's doing really well. Buy their stock. Let's really invest in them. And then, hey, we got to sell stock for these teams. So expect a video later this week of the hype is dying for these teams. But yeah, the Lions are playing amazing. I really hope that they can keep this up. I'm rooting for the Lions as a Michigander. I hope they do well, because when they do well, everyone I know is happy. So I'm going to hope they do well. Next up, you guys are going to be surprised. The Indianapolis Colts have played amazing football this year. And they just signed Jonathan Taylor today to a 3-year, $42 million contract, $28.5 million guaranteed. The Colts are 2-2, and they look like the best team in the NFL. In the AFC South. The Jaguars have not looked good at all this year. Trevor Lawrence has thrown 1 touchdown basically a game. it just doesn't look good. Visually, it's hard to watch their games. They just lost to the Rams in overtime, but again, they played the Rams in overtime, and that team in the Rams, who are also on this list, are playing amazing. But they beat the Ravens in Week 3. Like, they beat the Ravens, who I just said are one of the best teams in the NFL. They beat them in overtime, heavy-handedly. And that was without Anthony Richardson. That was with Gardner Minshew. Anthony Richardson looks like one of the best rookie quarterbacks this year. Not as good as CJ Stroud, but like he's been amazing. When he's healthy, they're dual-threaded, and now you have one of the best running backs in the NFL running the ball, alleviating Anthony Richardson's stress of I gotta run this ball, try to do it himself. Now I'm like, hey, Jonathan Taylor, have the ball. Like this, have the ball, bro. Take it. Go 87 yards. Like he can just do that. And Michael Pittman's playing pretty well. Alec Pierce is playing pretty well. Josh Downs is a rookie. We'll see how he develops in the next 4 weeks. But don't be surprised when the Colts are on my list halfway through the season. The hype is real again for this team. Like the Colts, I'm excited for, man. They play the Titans tomorrow at 1. Again, obviously, I'm recording this at night. It's gonna be posted in the morning, probably like 11 or 12 o'clock in the morning. So the Colts today play the Tennessee Titans, and that's gonna be the measuring stick for the Colts. If they can beat Mike Vrabel and the Titans, I think they can win the division. The Jaguars look beatable. They just look beatable. They play the Jags next week, so if you can win against the Colts at home and go into Jacksonville next week and win, that's your division. That's your division to lose. So again, Colts, I'm buying. Their defense is young, but I trust that their defense is going to continue to develop. And the offense, man, with Anthony Richardson, it's unstoppable. Like the dual threat quarterback, like I said, dual threat quarterbacks run the league right now, and Anthony Richardson looks like the next guy up who's going to run the league dual threaded. He's got to try and keep himself safe, but I really hope that he can continue to be healthy this year because I want to see a full season of Anthony Richardson in the NFL on his rookie season. Next up, I have the Houston Texans. Now, I'm going to be very frank. It's the Houston Texans because of CJ Stroud. That man is amazing. CJ Stroud is having one of the best rookie seasons of all time. He's on pace for 5,100 yards and no interceptions. He has thrown 0 interceptions 4 weeks into the season. I actually want to see how many touchdowns he's thrown. I believe it's 7. CJ Stroud. I believe it's 7. I want to make sure, though. 6, sorry. So he has 1,200 yards and 6 touchdowns, no interceptions, 4 weeks into the season. Has not posted anything below a 100 rating and nothing below an 80 QBR, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, he's playing amazing. He's just playing amazing. He's not playing like a rookie. His poise, his anticipation, his throwing prowess and accuracy, it's all like veteran. It's like it's like watching a Drew Brees, Kirk Cousins-esque quarterback. Obviously, Nick, no way to compare Kirk Cousins to Drew Brees. I'm saying the accuracy of Drew Brees with the balls of Kirk Cousins. That is what CJ Stroud is doing right now. He's ballsy enough like Kirk Cousins to say, screw it, someone's down there. Nico Collins is down there. Robert Woods, Tank Dell is down there. And he has the accuracy of Drew Brees to fit it in those windows. But he has the poise of Kirk Cousins to just say, I'm going to throw it if I see it. If I see it, it's being launched. And I respect that. I respect that out of CJ Stroud. The defense, it's a defense. It's not the best in the world, but you know, Will Anderson's playing fine for a rookie. Their secondary's playing pretty well. Derek Stingley's doing his thing. Shaq Griffin's doing his thing. Who's the safety? Jalen Petrie. Jalen Petrie's playing fine. This defense is young and up and coming under DeMeco Ryans, but this offense, man, CJ Stroud is the reason I have him in. The hype is real for this team. Listen, y'all gonna clown me for saying Kirk Cousins and Drew Brees-esque. He has the accuracy of Drew Brees, but the poise and confidence of Kirk Cousins. And I think that is a great mixture for a rookie quarterback with a team that's not that good. And next, we have the Falcons, who are actually playing the Texans this week. So 2 teams that I have a lot of hype in, we were watching this week. The Texans versus the Falcons. Texans are 2-2. The Falcons are also 2-2. But I don't think if whoever loses is going to be that bad. It's going to be a great game. If you guys don't have a team to watch and you just want to watch a game tomorrow, Texans-Falcons is the game to watch. Same exact reason. The Falcons have a lot of power on offense. Desmond Ridder is just game managing out there. They did lose in London last week. It's whatever. But the Falcons, if they're a quarterback away from being really good. That's how close they are. Their defense needs 1 more year of draft class and offseason. But if they traded for a Kyler Murray type of quarterback tomorrow, they're a playoff team. That's how good this offense is. That's how good. With Desmond Ridder at quarterback. Yeah, Bijan and Tyler Algier and Cordell Patterson, who hasn't even played yet. But Tyler Algier and Bijan are doing amazing in the backfield. You have Drake London, who's surprisingly doing really well this year. You got Kyle Pitts. You got a plethora of wide receiver 2s and 3s behind Drake London, and the offensive line is playing really good, and this defense is playing really solid. AJ Terrell, lockdown corner. You have Jesse Bates at safety, who's playing really well. Your linebackers and defensive line are doing their thing. This Falcons team is good. They're good. And if there's one quarterback away, so the hype is real for every position but the quarterback. If the Falcons had a CJ Stroud quarterback rookie this year, like if they would have gotten CJ Stroud for whatever reason, they'd be 4-0. They would be 4-0. So they just need to get that top end quarterback. I do think that Kyler Murray is available. I don't think the Cardinals are saying that. I think they want their fans to think that Kyler Murray's coming back. They want them to keep buying tickets to home games. So they're not going to say it. But if the Falcons offered a first round pick and a future fourth, I think the Cardinals would take it and say, yep, listen, Kyler, we appreciate your business. We really do. We're getting Drake May, Shedeur Sanders, Caleb Williams, Michael Penix, Bo Nix, Quinn Ewers, JJ McCarthy. We're going with a rookie next year. That's what we're going to do. Sorry, Kyler. Get paid a lot of money and go play in the land with all these pieces on offense. That's what I would do if I'm the Cardinals. And the Falcons need to at least give them a call, because they are a quarterback away from being a true playoff team. And they're the hype is real because of how good they've been. And Arthur Smith, throw the dang ball to Kyle Pitts, please. That's all I ask. That's all I ask. And finally, I got two more teams, right? I got two more teams, and they're actually division rivals. So, penultimate team, Los Angeles Rams. The hype is real. They're 2-2. I get it, Nick. They're only 2-2. They lost a lot of pieces on offense. Shut up. Shut up. Just shut up. This team is insane. Insanely good. Kyren Williams is an amazing running back, rookie running back. The way Cam Akers isn't even activated anymore. Matthew Stafford is healthy and playing amazing. Tyler Higbee is being a really good tight end this year. Offensive line is playing pretty solid. Tutu Atwell, who I thought should be cut from the league because of how bad he was his first 2 years in the NFL. I think he should be out of the league. Didn't understand why they drafted him, but he's played amazing. And Cooper Kupp comes back today. He comes back today, Cooper Kupp. And we can't talk about the Rams without talking about Puka Nacua, on pace to break the all-time receiving record as a rookie. Has 8+ catches in his first 4 games every game. Most of them 10+, but I think one of them had like 9 or 8. So at least about 10 catches a game, over 120 yards a game. Got his first touchdown last week. He's on pace. He is on pace to break the all-time receiving record. He's at 500 yards 4 games in the NFL season. He had 120, 147, 72, 163. He's on pace to break the all-time receiving yards record as a rookie. Now, Cooper Kupp coming back might change that, but I don't think it will. I mean, I'm just looking at their last game against the Colts. What I saw, Puka got 9 receptions. Tyler Higbee got 5. Van Jefferson got 2. Tutu got 5. I think Van Jefferson might be out of the roster. Not out of the roster, out of the rotation. He might get a couple of snaps a game, but I wouldn't be surprised if Van Jefferson doesn't catch a ball a week. He might just be running routes out there. Because Puka and Cooper Kupp, they're getting receptions. Tutu will be the deep threat with Van Jefferson. They might have to split receptions. But, like, Tyler Higbee just got a big-time extension. He's getting his catches. He's getting his catches. Maybe you're not throwing to the backup tight end or the running backs as much. But, like, I'm sorry. With Cooper Kupp coming back, this team is going to be legit. Their defense is so young as well. It's so young. Everyone but Aaron Donald, I believe, is on a rookie contract. Let me make sure. Jordan Fuller might not be a rookie anymore. On a rookie contract anymore. Ahkello Witherspoon obviously isn't. Yeah. Everyone but Ahkello Witherspoon, Aaron Donald, and maybe Jordan Fuller. I think Jordan Fuller is not on his rookie, is still on his rookie contract. I want to make sure. Yeah, 2020 NFL draft. He's on his rookie contract. Jordan Fuller, their starting safety's on his rookie contract. The only guys not on the rookie contract is Ahkello Witherspoon and Aaron Donald. That's it on defense. And they're playing this well on defense. They've played amazing. And it's offense, amazing. The Rams are legit. I mean, that entire division. Yes, the Cardinals. They're only 1-3, but they're playing like a 4-0 team. That offense and defense are playing amazing. They're playing amazing. The Rams, the hype is real. And speaking of the Cardinals, that's my last team. The Cardinals, the hype is real. Listen, let me explain why. They're 1-3, right? They're 1-3. They are playing like a 4-0 team. Like Josh Dobbs is balling out. Obviously, they lost to the 49ers. Everyone in the NFL is losing to the 49ers. Let's be honest here, guys. They'll probably be the NFC representation or the Eagles. It's them or the Eagles in the Super Bowl. Let me find the I'm going back to week 3. The Cardinals, they upset the Dallas Cowboys. They played better than the Cowboys. Josh Dobbs, 17 for 21 for 190 yards and a touchdown. They just played better than the Dallas Cowboys. Week 2. We go to week 2. Week 2, Cardinals. They almost beat the Giants. Obviously, they had a big second half crumble, but they were up 28-0 at halftime. So they can get leads on teams. Obviously, the Giants' defense is not as good as we all thought it would be, but you know what I mean. And then week 1 against the Commanders, they also had I think a 14-0 lead. Like if this team's defense can just play better, this offense is for real. And if they do keep Kyler Murray, which I don't think they will, I think they're going to stick with Josh Dobbs, win like 2 or 3 games this year, and then take Caleb Williams. Like the Cardinals can win more games if their defense plays better. Like if they just turn on a switch, say, you know what, let's try and win some games. They might win 6, 7, 8 games, and that's the level that this team is playing at under Josh Dobbs. I love Josh Dobbs. I do. Represent Cleveland. Obviously, he's with the Steelers as well. But even when he was with Pittsburgh, I always respected Josh Dobbs. I thought he was a pretty solid dual threat quarterback. Obviously not on the level of anyone else, but I think he was solid. And he's playing amazing in Arizona. Playing absolutely amazing in Arizona. But yeah, don't sit out the Cardinals, man. Don't let them sneak up on you because you're not expecting them to be good. They're a trap game every single week. They play the Rams. No, Cardinals. They play the Bengals tomorrow. Yo, they play the Bengals tomorrow, and I think they might win. I think they might win. I think they have a very good chance at beating the Bengals tomorrow. And if they beat the Bengals tomorrow, yo, you would say they're gonna win 9, 10 games, and I believe you. I don't think they will, but they have a very good chance. Man, that is all my teams I think you should believe in. Later this week will be the teams that I think the hype is dead. But if you guys did enjoy, please do like, comment, subscribe. Again, every 4 weeks I'll be doing these 2 videos. Just giving my quarter, half, 3/4 end of the season. The hype is real. The hype, like I'll do like a reflection of like hype I should have bought and then hype I should have sold. But thank you guys for watching. Hope you did enjoy. Please do like, comment, subscribe, hit notification bell to be notified when I post next. I'll see you guys later. Peace and bye.